J29 Business Simplified channel. My name is Erwin. If it's your first time visiting our YouTube channel, welcome. Today's topic is business compliance. Now, the big question is, where do you actually get started? Because business compliance is so broad. There's so many things to discuss. So in this video, we're going to look at where you need to go to get started and what are the good starting points with compliance. So the first point is compliance of your registered business. So if you're operating a business and you're registered, chances are that you have a PTY, a CC, or many other types of registered entities. The first step is to keep your registered business compliant. So think of it, your business registration compliance, as paying an annual TV license or paying your car license. Every year you need to pay that license to keep your vehicle registration active, and it's the same with your business. You need to pay what's called annual returns. Annual returns prevents your business from being deregistered, and how you go about doing this is you go to a website called Companies and Intellectual Property Commission, CIPC, and you go and register as a customer. Once you're registered as a customer on CIPC's website, you go to a section called annual returns. You then check every year what date or what month do you need to pay your annual returns, and the amount is 100 Rand that you need to pay to keep your registered business active. If you do not pay that amount of 100 Rand every year, you'll need to pay a penalty of 50 Rand. So then the total becomes 150. I will put two user guides that are available from CIPC in the description of this video. The first guide will be how to register as a customer on CIPC, and the second guide will show you exactly how do you submit or provide your annual returns to CIPC. This makes sure that in the event of you providing services to a company or business, you don't receive a notification from them saying they're trying to pay you but your business is deregistered. So for those of you that maybe registered a business in 1998 and you never ever paid your annual returns, I suggest you go to CIPC's website, register as a customer, and check how much do you have outstanding, because your business may not be active. So you may just find out that your business is being deregistered and you may need to register a new business. For those of you that are actively using your business, make sure that you pay your annual returns every year. And then the second one is quite a big one, South African Revenue Services, SARS. How do you go about making sure that you pay the different kinds of taxes there? And the first one is turnover tax. So your business will be taxed on the amount of money your business makes, your turnover for a period of 12 months, depending on when your financial year end. And then you also have VAT. Now, companies with a turnover of under 1 million a year, you're not really required to pay VAT, but you can voluntarily register to pay VAT. Just make sure that if you do register to pay VAT, that you understand when you need to pay VAT, how much you need to pay on your VAT, so that you do it correctly. The other types of taxes you'll need to pay is your skills development levy, your pay as you earn, and your UIF. Now, if you have employees in your business, you will need to pay UIF every month. You need to register for what we call U-filing. Pay as you earn, PAYE, you need to also pay for any payments you're making for salaries and wages. Also remember, if you are the only person in your business and you're taking a salary, you still need to register for PAYE to make sure that you're compliant. Now, I know there's quite a lot that needs to be done with South African Revenue Services, but there's two options. Option one is go to SARS. Go to the SARS local office in the area where you live and see a consultant. But just remember, I've been to SARS a good couple of times to get assistance with these kind of things. You need to have quite a lot of time on your hands, because when you get there, there's a long queue, and if you get there early in the morning or late in the afternoon, you still going to sit in the queue. So I would suggest that if that's the route you're taking of going to SARS, make sure that you have enough time. The second option, which I would strongly recommend, is that if you do not have a background in finance and taxation, find a specialist, a tax practitioner, an accountant who can help you register your business for PAYE, VAT, UIF, and help you or assist you with your tax and your financial statements. Now, before you choose somebody, I would say go and find somebody who deals with your kind of business in terms of your turnover. So if your turnover is 2 million per annum, it's pointless you going to a tax practitioner or accountant that deals with businesses with turnovers of 100 million, 50 million, because they may not fully understand your business or have the time to explain how you go about doing these processes. So I would say if you do have the finance or you do have the option, try and find somebody to help you register all these different taxes to be compliant with SARS. It'll make your life much easier. It'll save you time sitting in queues. And you can also go to SARS's website. We will leave a link in the description of this video. It's a document of SARS's website that goes over all the types of tax you or we as business owners need to pay, and it gives you a description of when, how, what, and it's quite useful. So as a business owner, you need to do a bit more reading as well. It's fine to say that you are going to get somebody to do your tax or get somebody to do your financials, but it's important that as business owners we go to SARS's website and we start reading up on that. Other types of compliance, I think the third one I would say is industry compliance. For example, if you're a medical practitioner like a doctor, physiotherapist, you need to register with industry bodies such as the HSPCA. Now, in the construction industry, there's different organizations you need to register with. So find out in your industry, who do you need to register with to make sure that your business is compliant for industry specifically. The next one, number 4, is banking compliance. As business owners, banking is quite important. And the main legislation when it comes to banking is Financial Intelligence Center Act, FICA. Now, we probably heard of FICA before, but just to give you a brief summary of what it's all about, FICA is that you need to provide proof of your income to the bank, you need to provide proof of address to the bank, and that's not just for yourself as the business owner, but if there are other members and shareholders in your business, the bank needs these documents. Generally, it's annually. However, whenever your bank requests this documentation from you, please make sure you provide it. The bank also has a responsibility to report any suspicious activity on your bank account. So suspicious can mean a lot of things, but generally what they look for is to find out that if your monthly income in your bank account is 100,000 and suddenly it changes, your income changes to R1 million per month, the bank would then contact you to find out what is the source of this income. So always make sure that you're keeping accurate financial records. They may even request your financial statements as well, audited financial statements to verify your income. If you do not provide these documents to the bank, guess what? Your bank account gets temporarily closed. That means that you cannot pay salaries, you cannot make any payments. Your bank account is basically frozen for a period of time. So make sure that you're compliant with FICA. And the other compliance, I think this would be point 5, is Department of Labor. If you have employees and you have an office building, there's health and safety regulations that you need to take care of. But in this video, it would be impossible to go over all the requirements of the Department of Labor. So I will also leave a link to the Department of Labor's website. And you need to go and, depending on the size of your business, look at what do you need to register for. And the last point is that as business owners, we must remember compliance is not once off. Compliance is ongoing. Some compliance you need to take care of every month. Other types of compliance you need to do maybe annually. The point is this compliance is ongoing. You need to make sure that you are always up to date. You're providing the relevant organizations the information they need on your business. And just to give you an idea of how serious this is, I've worked with many businesses in the past, and sometimes on many occasions I found businesses that just don't qualify for finance. And when you look at why, you find that they didn't pay their tax to SARS, and SARS has blacklisted them. Other businesses close down for health and safety regulations or issues. In some cases, your business needs a license to operate in certain areas, in certain industries. Make sure that you keep your business compliant, because if your business is temporarily shut down, it ultimately means you're going to lose income. So I hope you found this quite informative, and it's just a starting point. In the upcoming months, we'll go into specialist reviews and how-to guides covering specifically issues like South African revenue services. But I would suggest starting off with your registered business. Make sure your annual returns are up to date. Move on to SARS, move on to Department of Labor, your banking, and make sure that you're keeping records of all these documents. So I hope you've got some good information today. Also, I know we've spoken quite a bit of information in this video. I will also leave a link to our blog that covers all of these points and links to them on our website. So please visit our website, www.j29.co.za. You can also get us on Facebook and LinkedIn for some amazing tips, tools, and resources. And we look forward to helping you learn, grow, and get your business online.